Do you ever feel like either you're some kind of super genius with such amazing superpowers that you see things with such clarity, that these things that seem so obvious to you, that the rest of the planet doesn't really quite comprehend, you see it so clearly that you feel like you're superhuman? Right? When the world tries to play peculiar games, things, 3-card Monte-ish types of games, but they can't get it over on you, do you feel like a super genius? The seer of all seers, the seer of all things, the harbinger of truth, this bastion of wisdom with superhuman abilities, these abilities of thought and reason and common sense. I have that uncanny ability. I can employ my God-given, maybe extraterrestrial capabilities to see through and around and over the world's nonsense. Maybe you're scratching your head. What the hell is Lee talking about? I'm not following. I understand. I get it. Remember, I am a super genius. I am a superhuman. I see things other folks don't. Although I think, if I were to venture to guess, most of the people listening to me right now have these same unique qualities. The government has always tried to maneuver and influence you. But if you hold the same abilities that I hold, you have these superhuman strengths and traits and DNA running through your veins. You see the same things that I see. You see it when the government tries to convince you that vaccines at all costs are a good thing. Or when the government tries to tell you that the border is secure. Or when the government tells you that the retreat in Afghanistan went well. Or when the government tries to tell you that you're a racist. Or when the government tries to tell you that your children are racist. Or when your government tries to tell you that we walked on the moon, or there was no such things as UFOs. When the government tries to tell you the banking system is secure. Or that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction. Or that Donald Trump was a spy. When the government tries to tell you that somehow Joe Biden got more votes than any other president in history, those are just a few of the things that you see right through. When the government tries to tell you the economy is great and world peace is at hand, and how somehow we're responsible, though, for Ukraine. When the government tells you that transgenderism or non-binaryism is perfectly normal and should be accepted into your, not only society, but into your life. When the government speaks to the people, chances are the government has put a spin on it. There's always an alternative motive. There's always a flip side. There's always a dark side. And if you possess the same superhuman abilities that I possess, you can see it. The doublespeak. The hypocrisy. One hypocrisy, not under God, not indivisible. Certainly not for liberty or justice for anyone. That should be the new motto of this United States. And we're just happy to accept it. Like sheep. A giant chunk of the population just takes what's shoveled at them. They just keep taking it, and never a pushback. Well, I think that's sad. I think most of us have been somewhat silent for long enough. And it's time for people to start making a little bit more noise. Because the government rarely, if ever, tells you the complete and absolute truth. There's always an alternative motive. If you get something from the government, I would say most of the time you get just a portion of that truth. You get a sliver of what they want you to see.